this activity was once considered pointless and arbitrary. The activity I'm referring to is daily teeth brushing. According to Charles Duhigg's book, The Power of Habit, at one time only 7% of the US population owned a tube of toothpaste. Only a decade later, it became a nationwide phenomenon. So what caused such a shift? The same discovery can help alcoholics stop drinking, and it can help habitual nail biters grow beautiful long nails. This isn't some sort of pill or magic elixir. What I'm referring to is the habit loop, and it's not as difficult to apply as you might expect. I intend to help you quit any bad habits you might have by sharing with you the information I have learned from reading The Power of Habit. So let's start with a positive habit in order to help you understand the habit loop. It's actually quite simple, and I'll show you a diagram. There's three components: the cue, the routine, and the reward. These are present in all habits, and I can use this diagram to explain any habit to you. When toothpaste was first introduced to the public, people didn't find it necessary to brush their teeth, probably because the health benefits were unknown, it was burdensome, and they didn't find a reward. So it wasn't until the habit loop was applied to advertising that people started to brush their teeth. The cue of the habit loop is what drives a person to perform the action that forms into a habit. In this case, people were informed that through advertising that they had an ugly film on their teeth that could only be removed by brushing. And they were told that if they run their tongue along the front of their teeth, they could feel it. And so when the people did this, they felt the film and thus wanted to brush their teeth to remove it. The routine of the habit loop then becomes the act of brushing their teeth. The reward of this habit was later introduced, and it greatly increased the sales of toothpaste. Does anyone have a toothpaste that makes their mouth feel tingly? It turns out this tingly feeling is just a result of chemicals added to the toothpaste that doesn't help clean your teeth at all. Its only purpose is to give you the feeling of being clean, and becomes the reward of brushing one's teeth, and also becomes the habit, and it becomes a craving when you haven't brushed your teeth. Thus, the cue, routine, and reward of brushing one's teeth caused it to become a habit for nearly every American today. Unfortunately, the habit loop also works for habits we don't want to form. But if we're able to reassign our routine in the habit loop, our habits can disappear. So let's take the example of an alcoholic. The cue is feeling sad, the routine is drinking alcohol, and the reward is feeling happy again. So one of the reasons Alcoholics Anonymous is so successful is because alcoholics are provided an alternative routine, which is meeting with other people and sharing their feelings when they feel the cue, which is sadness, in order to achieve the desired reward, feeling happy. So let's take another example, nail biting. Why do some people bite their fingernails to the point of bleeding? We understand the routine, but what is the cue that triggers somebody to put their fingers in their mouth in the first place, and what kind of reward could be accomplished? For one nail biter, the cue was a feeling of tension in her fingers. When she started, she felt like she couldn't stop until all of her fingers had been bitten. So with some help, she was able to reassign her routine, which was whenever she felt the tension, she rubbed her fingers on her arm, which gave her the feeling of eliminating the tension, and thus she received the same reward as she was getting. So these principles can be applied to any bad habit. The first step is to recognize that you have a habit that you want to change. What is the routine that you want to discontinue? Do you eat a chocolate bar every day when you get home from work and have started to gain weight? Learn what the cue is. The cue might even be coming through the front door, which can trigger your response to eat chocolate. What is the reward? Is it tasting something sweet? Is it curbing hunger? Try eating a piece of fruit when you come home into the front door instead. Habits are formed as a result of your brain trying to make life simpler for you. The brain can be retrained, but it requires some conscious effort. My hope is that you can focus your efforts in order to change any bad habits that might be negatively affecting your life. Bad habits might seem difficult to break, but by understanding how the habit loops work and how you can reassign them, you'll be better able to control your habits and thus control your life. For more detailed information, I recommend reading the whole book, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Thank you.